Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of दिल की बात हिरा के साथ. आज की हमारी गेस्ट बहुत ही ज़्यादा खूबसूरत हैं. Does that ring a bell? I'm sure it does because her character is absolutely iconic in Bulbule. Yes, we will be having Ayshea Omer join us and I am out of this world crazy excited because Ayshea Omer एक ऐसी personality है कि आपको समझ में नहीं आता कि आप उनसे क्या क्या सवाल करें और क्या ना करें. So it's basically like I had to reduce all of my questions that I wanted to ask and just limit the time to our 1 hour live session, but I'm just waiting for her to join us. Till then, I just wanted to let everybody know कि हमारे अभी तक जितने भी episodes आए हैं, they are all on my IGTV and you guys can watch all of them there. Without later ado, I'm going to accept Aisha's request and she'll be with us in a few seconds. Waiting for the connection to happen. Hi, Ayshea.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm great, and I am so excited that you said yes to this interview. Especially because कुछ characters ऐसे होते हैं जो आपके साथ literally सारी जिंदगी रहते हैं once they've established themselves. So खूबसूरत is definitely one of them, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you for this amazing introduction that you gave before I came up. And I do remember, Hira, chatting with you on Twitter once. Hana?
Yes. How can I forget that? You know what, Ayshea? मेरा एक ख्वाब था कि एक लड़का आएगा मेरी जिंदगी में. He's going to fall madly in love with me and he's going to sketch me. लड़का तो खैर नहीं आया. Ayshea Omer आ गई. After that Twitter interview, you had sketched me, and you know what? I still have to get it printed, and I'm gonna frame it because it's so special to me.
Listen, can you show it to me again?
I'll send it to you.
Send me a picture of it.
I definitely will because it wasn't just a sketch of me. You also wrote such a heartwarming note कि वाकई में वो मेरे लिए इतना ज़्यादा special है. And you said that when you come to Toronto, we will meet. So that has to happen.
We will. I still haven't been. I have to meet 3 people who I'm very close to in Toronto, and Misha Shafi and Ali Kazmi.
Of course, Ali.
Yeah, and another family member. So very, very close to them. Give me a second. I'm going to put on my Bluetooth thing.
Take your time, and I'm seeing everybody's comments. Everybody is so excited for Ayshea to come on with us. And by the way, I love this little setup that you've done in your home. Uske bare mein magar I will touch base on that later because I have to mention it.
What? What have I done? Sorry?
Your little corner that you've created.
Oh.
बहुत प्यारा लगता है. I love it.
Thank you. I'm actually in the process of creating another space in my room. एक कमरा मेरे घर में रह गया था. Like I shifted into this apartment about a year ago.
Okay.
And so I mean, I did up the living room and my bedroom and guest room and lounge but your drawing room, it's very big, so I never really did it up. I don't use that space, you know. So I was like, man, it was just like this empty space जो पड़ी हुई है और मैंने कहा भाई अब बहुत हो गया, अब उसको खाली करते हैं और सारे डब्बे सॉर्ट आउट करते हैं और सारे कार्टन्स निकालते हैं. And I am slowly sort of doing up that space. So very excited about that.
I'm very excited to see that artistic streak come out, for sure.
So am I.
So Ayshea, the thing is that, of course, before my interview, I do my background research and stuff. वो journalist का एक कीड़ा जो मेरे अंदर है. So I was going through all of your stuff, but I want to give my younger sister Zahra credit because our whole family was very excited that, oh my God, खूबसूरत बुलबुल Ayshea.
Oh, thank you.
So
it's I still have trouble believing it when people say, so excited to see you, and I'm like, really? Am I worth that? Like, it's just unreal, but it's really nice.
That's why people adore you because you're so humble and down to earth. There's no doubt in that.
Thank you. I'm a work in progress. I am trying to be a better person every day. I'm trying.
We should all
I'm
learn
trying.
from you for sure. So
I mean, I think, yeah,
so Aisha, the thing is that when my younger sister, she sent me a very interesting video my way, and इत्तेफाक से मैंने उसे देखा था a couple of months ago, a year ago, I think. You had come onto a Ramzan show, and you were sharing your story with your mom and basically your journey. The thing is
yeah,
कि हमारी सोसाइटी में मुझे लगता है कि जो हम देसी लोग हैं, मे बी पाकिस्तानी, इंडियन, बांग्लादेशी, women empowerment और feminism का जो है ना एक different definition hai in comparison to Western feminism, because you know
right,
it's intersectional, right? So there
right,
are different needs, different requirements of each woman belonging to each country and each culture, society. So the thing
right.
is that what I loved about yours was that you highlighted that women empowerment doesn't just mean that एक औरत है who's speaking fluent English, जो jeans or shirt में या tucked in pants में इधर उधर घूम रही है in an office. No. When I
No,
heard you speaking about your mom, so it really
that is empowerment. Yeah, that
exactly
is.
it
To be
really
able to survive on your own in any circumstances, that's what we need to empower our women or the women in Pakistan. That's how we need to empower women in Pakistan. कि उनको ऐसी स्किल सेट हो उनके पास, या उनके पास इतना कॉन्फिडेंस हो, इतना faith or will ho that they can get through anything and they can survive through any kind of circumstances that they're put through. That's what's empowering someone is.
that's what I really wanted to get out of you, because when we see Ayshea Omer, we see that she's an independent woman, she's self-made completely, and she doesn't come from a very privileged background. You have a journey.
No, just the
Exactly.
other day, I was just with a group of friends and talking to a group of friends, and they were like, oh, but you're saying that because you're privileged. And I was like, okay, I am very fortunate and blessed, and I feel very privileged right now. But I have not always been privileged. I went through a really tough life. There were years and years and years, 2 decades almost, when my life was excruciatingly tough.
Wow.
And, we managed to pull through. So I don't think I don't consider myself a privileged person, but I consider myself very fortunate and blessed now. Yes, yes.
Definitely. So, Aisha, tell me something. If I were to ask you on the top of your head that you had a phenomenal role model as your mom, what are the top 3 qualities in a woman that makes her actually empowered? Apart from her physical appearance, because लोग इस चीज को बहुत confuse करते हैं. I feel like especially given social media, that a woman needs to be
Whose
dressed.
physical appearance are you talking? My mother's physical appearance?
No, no, no. I'm saying that the concept of women empowerment आजकल थोड़ा सा confused हो गया. That you need to look a certain way to look
No,
empowered. So in your
really?
eyes, social media is really messed up with our younger generation, early generation.
Wow. That you need to be looking perfect and dressed perfectly. Oh,
Exactly. So
okay.
you tell me, in your eyes, top 3 qualities एक औरत में क्या होती हैं that actually make her empowered?
Well, the number one quality and the most important quality and the top quality, not just in a woman, but in any human being that makes them empowered, regardless of their gender, is education, right? So,
Wow.
number one quality is education. And that is the one thing that I have sort of decided to work on. That's the sector where I want to give back. सो अगर मैं कोई कॉज सपोर्ट कर रही हूँ, अगर मैं किसी कॉज में बिलीव करती हूँ, तो वो एजुकेशन से कनेक्टेड तो होगा. ओके,
Zabardast.
so education is the number one quality that makes a woman empowered. The next quality I think that makes a woman empowered is self-confidence.
Okay.
Okay, which can or cannot come out of education, not necessarily. Of course, education plays a huge part in the confidence that you have in yourself, but it has a lot to do with, okay, self-confidence, sure, your upbringing, how your parents have sort of, आपके माँ बाप ने आपकी तरबियत कैसी की है, did they make you feel confident when you were young? और अगर आपके माँ बाप नहीं हैं, अगर एक पेरेंट नहीं है, तो दूसरे ने कैसे compensate किया? And if not, और आपकी जिंदगी में नहीं है कोई लोग जो आपकी तरबियत कर रहे हैं at some point, and you've lost your parents, or you don't have your parents and someone else is taking care of you. I think आप खुद जब आप बड़े होते हैं, you can take steps to work on your self confidence. You can actively, like, read articles, attend workshops, be a part of groups, and be a part of societies and organizations which help you build self confidence. तो देखिए, आप अपने आप में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो उसके रिजल्ट्स आपको मिलेंगे, right? So self confidence, and oh, what's the number? There's so many qualities, Hira, and I would like to think about the third very important quality that a woman can have to feel empowered. Um, well, of course, the decision making की जो मैं कहूँगी opportunities होती हैं, that is something that makes a woman feel really empowered. कि decision making में कितना एक औरत का हाथ है, कितनी power है उसके पास. So self empowerment may be all the decisions that you're able to make, and your faith in your decisions. So education, decision making, self confidence, and well, I think this is also a very important quality. How you're treating yourself, how a woman is able to take care of herself physically, emotionally, mentally, yeah, in all these ways. तो यानी कि आप अपने जिस्म में खाना क्या डाल रहे हैं, आप अपने दिमाग में सोच क्या डाल रहे हैं, आप अपनी emotions को किस तरह regulate कर रहे हैं. Yeah, so I think taking care of oneself. Yeah.
That is so beautiful, and I'm sure कि हमारे माशाल्लाह से जितने viewers हैं, not just women but even men are going to learn from this, because I think all of this, अगर हम सब कुछ जो sum up करें तो it's branches of self love, and I think that's something that we all need to master.
Yeah, totally. Self-love, when you're younger, I don't think we really understand what self-love is. We feel like, and there's a thin line between being narcissistic and being in love with yourself and your ego.
I say that all the time.
Yeah, and also like being overconfident, and being like compassionate to yourself. There's a big difference. So self-love means compassion for yourself, not beating yourself up all the time, these things.
It's beautifully said. Acha, the thing is that one particular change that happened in my family, a major change. See, I was raised in Toronto and then in Dubai. So there was a phase where my family moved to Lahore, and my mom, she was an English language teacher in LGS Phase 5. And yes, your school.
That's my school.
I know. But she, mashallah say, she made her mark there, and my younger siblings went to school. But एक जो चीज उन लोगों ने pick up वहाँ से की थी ना, that there is a lot of materialism. There's a lot of materialism in Pakistan, unfortunately. Or of course, because you speak from experience. We've lived in Toronto, then in Dubai, then directly Pakistan में 2 साल रहे. So unfortunately, materialism equates to success, and that's something that they observed. और जब मैं अपने university के vacations के लिए जाती थी, I mean, I spent a whole month there. I was on news during my internship, so I observed this from like very up close. कि आप जो कपड़े पहन रहे हैं, आप जो मेकअप का brand use कर रहे हैं, where you're getting your hair cut from, all of this equates to success. So what's your take on this, Ayshea? आजकल जो success का definition बिल्कुल distort हो गया है. What's your opinion on it?
Well, you're right. All of this in Pakistan, or maybe in other countries and other societies, it's not just about Pakistan. It's all over the world. There are different levels of, social structures होते हैं. And some people do equate all that with success and materialism also, because they feel like, financial आपके पास जितनी stability है, या जितनी आपकी जो success है वो financially weigh हो रही होती है. So obviously some people do think that financial success is just what success is all about. It is a part of success for a lot of people, being financially stable, being having enough money to do the things that you can. For some people, that's the pinnacle of success, but I feel like it's a really tiny part of it.
Yeah.
I feel success is when you have been able to reach, or you're striving to reach, like a balance between, okay, are you emotionally happy? Are you financially stable, emotionally stable, physically stable? I mean, you could be really, really filthy rich, but if you have a really bad health condition,
Absolutely.
I mean, what is life going to be, you know? If you're suffering from cancer or you're suffering from heart disease or diabetes or anything, that you're not, I don't think that that for me is like not आपने अपनी success, and you know, you can't help it. People are sort of suffering from diseases all their lives, and it's so unfortunate क्योंकि लोग इतने struggle करते हैं और इतनी painful times से गुजर रहे होते हैं. So I don't know if that is part of being successful as a human being or not, but I do feel that अगर आप अपनी health पे consistently काम करते हैं, तो there are a lot of things, a lot of diseases, a lot of sort of I guess illnesses that you can keep yourself away from. Of
Definitely.
course, some things are like cancer or tumor ho gaya. Of course, that's
Of course.
incontrollable, like uncontrollable. You can't help it, and you know, you just have to be very good with
Patient.
your
Yeah.
lifestyle choices, or you have to just maintain a kind of healthier lifestyle while managing those symptoms. So I feel like you know, illnesses, I mean, even if you don't talk about like people who are suffering from life-threatening illnesses, but let's talk about health in general.
बिल्कुल.
अगर आप अपनी health का ख्याल नहीं कर रहे and you're making bad lifestyle choices, then I guess, you know, your success levels will also vary. क्योंकि आपकी emotional, mental health भी कुछ डिपेंडेंट होती है आपकी डाइट पे, कुछ आपकी डिफरेंट लाइक सर्कमस्टांसेस पे होती है, कुछ आपकी बॉडी में केमिकल imbalances हैं. A lot of people are suffering from a lot of PTSD which they're not aware of. People are suffering from long-term mental health illnesses. Depression is something that can be inherited. You know, it can be genetic. You can inherit
Yeah.
depression from your parents or other family members. So working on everything, you know, getting help. So financial health, emotional health, physical health, mental health, and spiritual health. What your connection is with your creator, what your connection is with humankind in general, humanity. So ये सारी चीजें I think come together and give you make you a successful person, I feel. Yeah. That's what I feel. But notwithstanding ke agar, you know, people who are suffering from depression, people who are suffering from mental health issues, people who are suffering from other physical illnesses, and that doesn't mean that they're not sort of successful human beings. You
Absolutely.
know,
For
it
sure.
means that they're very successful human beings for other people, but they might not think that about themselves,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Got it.
or they need to be they need to believe that about themselves, and they need to be guided with professional help to
बिल्कुल.
believe that about themselves, because it's a lot about self-belief. And also people who battle long-term illnesses, Hira, वो लोग होते हैं who don't lose hope and don't lose faith, right? So
Yes.
your faith and your yeah, your faith and your hope and how much of that you have is also a part of how successful you'll be. You know what I mean?
Beautifully said.
So
Definitely.
all those things need to be worked on to for me to have a successful life for myself. This is my definition of it. You know कि अब अल्लाह ना करे, खुदा ना खास्ता, कल को अगर मुझे कोई life threatening illness हो जाए, so it's not like I'm going to think like I'm not a successful person and then oh my God, I failed at life. But I will strive in that aspect. At least I'll try to strive in that aspect and try to make my faith stronger, try to make my health better. तो वो और सक्सेस बाय द वे आई डोंट थिंक कि जिंदगी में कोई पार्ट आता है जब आपको लगता है कि अब सक्सेस मिल गई है.
बिल्कुल
You're always
सही बात है.
striving. You're striving for it, right? So you
Definitely.
go in different directions. So I feel कि financial success की तरफ आप strive भी अगर कर रहे होते हैं तो फिर आप health की success की तरफ भी करें और faith की तरफ भी करें. तो सारी different you know like aspects की तरफ आप जाएं to
Basically,
strive for
invest,
success.
definitely. Basically, invest equal energy, हर aspect.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, if you just go after material success, then I think that a lot of other these areas will lack, you know, so
for
will be
sure.
lacking.
It's beautifully said, and you know what? I had saved this question for last, मगर I think ये connection एक बनता चला गया. You know, Aisha, when we look at you,
I don't, I'm not sure, Hira, if I explained this correctly because I said a lot of, I expressed a lot of thoughts that were coming to my head, but I don't know what you took out of what I said when I just said कि success अगर आपकी जिंदगी में कोई illness है या कोई mental health issue है तो you're not a successful person like that. I hope that that's not what it came across
no,
as.
no, no, not at all. It was very clear. In fact, that's what I'm connecting it to. You know, Aisha, so I graduated from university with a degree in journalism just 3 years ago, and I spent my high school and university life in Dubai. So when I moved to Toronto with my family, it was literally like starting from scratch. Because I was very young when I moved from Canada to Dubai. I went through severe depression. It was terrible because, you know, आप अपने friends को अपनी पूरी जिंदगी को पीछे छोड़ जाते हैं. And I was so ambitious. I was a big dreamer, big dreams. कि मैं कुछ करके दिखाऊंगी as a journalist. And you know, I was like, अब मैं Canada में आ गई हूँ. How am I going to do this? And anyway, long story cut short.
Yeah, no, but sorry, continue.
Long story cut short, something that truly helped me was faith and spirituality. My mom, she's my therapist. I should start paying her by now. So she's that epic. And apart from that, I changed my eating lifestyle from 4 stacks of pancakes. Don't get me wrong, I can still eat those. But I started keto. And keto really turned things around for me. You know, I felt like it took a toll, a positive toll on my health, my mental health. And not just that, it gave my life structure. So, you know, I feel like, and I started a skin care routine and just watching and reading positive stuff. So I can totally relate with what you were saying. Absolutely. But I wanted to, go ahead.
No, you continue. I was going to add something.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, but like I said, I was just thinking about the fact that there's so many successful people in this world, Hira, hugely successful, like they've reached, like I would say, levels of success that we can't even dream of reaching, and they go through terrible depression. You know, like Deepika Padukone came out recently with her entire journey and her battle with depression. And there's so many people in Hollywood who've been, you know, suffering from depression or who some end up taking their lives also. And we've seen a recent death in Bollywood as well. And we've seen a lot of rock stars, the music industry, you know, in the West, there are a lot of people who suffered from depression. So you see, financial success is not going to give you, or does not necessarily mean that you're not going to be like, oh, everything's perfect. So aapki mental health be perfect. It doesn't mean that. There's so many other factors. There's life experiences, there's love and death, and your childhood experiences or your experiences with friends or you know, trauma that you deal with in your life. So there's so many things that lead to that phase of feeling or part of life that you go through or continue to go through forever. Mental health is a disease. It needs to be treated. So I feel that, you know, those are things that need to be dealt with active investment.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And you know what? I'm actually going to now link two things. with mental health and fitness. Because see, Aisha, the thing is that body image is something that I feel like every human
Oh.
being struggles with. And I actually want to bring out one of your works, Dolly Ki Aayegi Barat Mein. So I personally loved that series. I mean, you were
Oh.
phenomenal. But something that I wanted to ask you is, first of all, I really wish कि हमारी इंडस्ट्री में और ऐसे projects बने which are so women oriented, जहाँ पे friendships दिखाई देती हैं, you know, strong female friendships. So Sukhi का जो character था, you know, they showed that she severely struggled with her body image at that point.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
was a little on the heavier side. Yet I feel like Sukhi's character was the strongest out of all of her friends. She was
Yeah,
more
it
strong,
was.
more
She was
strong.
also the best actor out of all of us, you know?
Oh, you're so sweet to
She
say that.
really is. She's a brilliant actor. Yeah.
No doubt in that. She's absolutely brilliant. But you know, that's why I wanted to touch base on कि जो लड़कियां इस वक्त, specifically लड़कियां, because you know we're having a bit of a girl talk right now. So I'm
But by
not
all of us, I meant the younger lot because Dolly Ki Aayegi Barat mein to we had legends
obviously
like, you know, there was Bushra Appa and there was Saba Appa and Samina Appa. Ab unke samne hum chote jo the, wo hum we were like, oh my God, they're all amazing, and Javed Sheikh and Feroz
obviously
Uncle, like you name it, everybody was in that
it was a
serial.
star-studded project. वो
It
तो
was,
हाँ,
but out of the younger lot, I felt that Suki's character just didn't play kiya. She was she is really talented.
no
And
doubt.
I was heartbroken when I couldn't do the next season
Oh,
because, of course, I had to do the next season also, but वो dates clash कर रही थी with the Bulbule की dates. And
okay.
Bulbule, we were going to Dubai for the Bulbule
Aisha.
season. So
Okay.
it was a trip that was planned months in advance. तो
Uh-huh.
उन्हीं की dates से second season की dates clash की.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so I had to
Uh-huh.
say no, it was terrible. But yeah, go
Uh-huh.
on.
But still, your character was very much impactful. But tell us, Aisha, that जितनी भी इस वक्त लड़कियां देख रही हैं, when they see you and think of you
Somebody is
as,
saying इसका heart broke हो गया. Anyways, no. Anyways,
पता नहीं,
हाँ, go.
मेरा तो नहीं हुआ, I'm sure आपका भी नहीं हुआ, but anyway, point
मेरा
being,
तो हुआ. I just said I was heartbroken when I couldn't do the other season.
yeah, but I mean, I think they took it in another direction, but it's okay. I'm sure Aisha's doing well right now.
I mean, heartbreaks have happened. Sure, why not?
We'll touch base on that as well very soon. But my question was that those girls who are struggling with their body image right now and who go into anxiety and depression that I don't look good enough.
Oh,
You being a fitness guru, give some advice to all of those girls out there who are struggling with this.
I mean, there was a time when I struggled with it too. When I was growing up, I was never like really overweight, but I was very chubby when I was growing up, and I had this like a rounder face, and I had
So
like
cute.
round arms, and you know, and sort of I was made to feel very conscious when I was growing up about certain body parts.
Okay.
And I was always trying to cover them all the time.
All right.
You know, like I was like, oh my God, I don't want any attention on this. And so there were a lot of, you know, when you're a kid, there's a lot of stuff. Plus, you know, there was a phase when my skin was bad and I had acne, and that used to give me a lot of trauma, and a lot of girls go through a lot of depression
Yeah.
because of भाई skin issues. मतलब
I
there are days जब घर से निकलने को बाहर नहीं दिल करता
get
लोगों को, और बहुत लड़कियों को, and I was one of those girls where I didn't want to be close to anyone, कि मेरे करीब भी कोई ना खड़ा हो
that.
क्योंकि मुझे अपनी skin नहीं दिखानी किसी को. So,
Mhm.
you know, and so many young people go through this, so many. So it was like there were a lot of times when I struggled with certain things growing up. And then I, you know, tried to actively do things which I knew were good for me. Like, you know, I changed my eating habits about, let's say, 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I started
Quite
going
recently then.
towards, 6 years ago, I started going towards eating healthy, you know, and I made different choices. कि अगर I took out gluten from my life quite a bit,
Okay.
and I was like, I'm going to substitute gluten with gluten-free breads, and I
Mm-hmm.
stopped eating processed food a lot, you
Okay.
know, and I stopped having a lot of sodas. I stopped taking a lot of white sugar. I stopped, I started cooking my food in coconut oil. So there were a lot of changes I
Oh,
made.
nice. So,
And then but it wasn't for the way I looked. Like I never felt I was overweight, or I was not concerned with कि भाई पतले होना है बिल्कुल भी नहीं. I wanted to
mm-hmm.
be healthier because I used to fall sick a lot.
Okay.
मेरी immunity इतनी strong नहीं थी. My immune system was not strong. So I was like, I want to be healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started eating things that would strengthen my immune system.
Uh-huh.
And then I started, well, I don't really have too much time to exercise, but I try and stay active as
Okay.
much as I can. So all that happened, and I lost a bit of weight, and I, started sort of staying on that path of eating, trying to eat well,
Uh-huh.
and trying to incorporate some form of physical activity in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and when I
So you
travel,
changed your lifestyle basically. Your entire
well,
lifestyle.
like when I travel, I like to walk a lot. I
Uh-huh.
like to eat. A lot of people eat a lot of junk, and they say, "भाई अभी तो हम vacation पे हैं, तो हम तो भाई खाएंगे जितना खाना है, मोटे होंगे और जो भी करना है करेंगे."
Uh-huh.
So I keep a balance.
Mm-hmm.
I will eat stuff which I can eat a bit of junk here and there.
Okay.
But mostly I love eating like salads and raw food and
Right.
fish and, a lot of vegetables and a lot of green juices, fruit, nuts. So, I keep all that in my diet. But talking about body image, Hira, you know, social media, पहले तो सिर्फ print media था,
Yes.
right? And there was electronic media. Now, social media is something which is bringing the world closer together, but also creating distances, but
For sure.
also creating a lot of anxiety and stress for every human being who uses it,
Absolutely.
whether it's through news, whether it's through idealistic sort of images that you build in your head, whether it's through sort of advertising or marketing of things which are not as perfect as they seem, whether it's
Absolutely.
just promoting, like body images which are not real, whether it's aspiring to be a certain way, this Instagram look that, women
Yeah.
also, a lot of women also kind of aspire for. And there's so many apps to change your features and to make you look
Yes.
thinner and so, and everybody is dabbling with those, and I feel it is just so disturbing and so um what's the word? It's just really, really harmful on so many levels.
Bilkul.
Um, whether it's about this fair skin
Oh,
mindset that
yes.
we endorse in Pakistan, कि भाई fairness is equal to beauty.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is something that I've always stood up against and have
I'm
like I
incredibly proud of you for that, and I know कि बहुत सारे लोग are very proud of you for that because the thing is that success जो है ना आजकल एक rat race बन गई है और उसकी वजह से कभी कभी आप अपने morals और values को compromise कर देते हैं. But you have never endorsed a fairness cream, and you've done a brilliant.
no.
It takes a lot.
Thank you.
It takes a
It
lot.
takes a lot, and there's a lot of money that we're saying no to. When,
Absolutely.
it's really sad when sometimes we read comments of people, some really nasty comments of trolls and stuff where they say like, "ये तो पैसों के लिए कुछ भी कर देंगी," and you're like, do you have any idea how many things we say no to, and how many stands we take? And how many principles we put sometimes, some of us, all of us on their own levels, jo bhi karta hai, but I know a lot of us do, And sometimes it's hurtful to read that because you want to reply and you want to say, hey, no, that's not true. There are certain things that I stand by. Of course, my principles are not going to be the same as someone else's ethics and principles. सबके अपने होते हैं, लेकिन मेरे दिमाग में जो मुझे सही लगता है, जो मेरे principles हैं, I will stand by them. मुझे लगता है कि अगर मैं कोई चीज कर रही हूँ जिससे किसी और को कोई फिजिकल हार्म हो रहा है, कोई मेंटल हार्म हो रहा है, कुछ हो रहा है, so I'm going to try and not do it, you know. So so I think this body image is something that's not spoken about as much, Hira, and girls all over the world have suffer from so much like insecurities and low self-esteem, and they just never can feel that we are good enough. And they just aspire to look a certain way and be a certain way and act and dress a certain way. And I just want to say to all of those girls out there that, guys, all that you see on social media and magazines, these perfect images, they are all photoshopped. They are all touched. They are all airbrushed. Okay, not all, I'm sorry, not all. But a lot of them can be. Okay, and some are not. There's a lot of natural beauty that you see. There's a lot of husn in the world, yaar. मतलब बहुत हुस्न, बहुत कुछ है जो मतलब बहुत natural भी है. So a lot of things are photoshopped. A lot of things are like a lot of apps are used sometimes. So if you don't have confidence in yourself, there will always be someone who you feel will look better than you. There will always be someone whose body will look better than you in your head. Matlab, बहुत बड़ी है दुनिया. You cannot compete with that, So you have to be on your own path. You have to do whatever is in your means to take care of yourself, physically, mentally, in whatever way.
Absolutely.
And whatever आपकी body is कहते हैं ना, your body is your temple. It's actually true. Your body is all you have. ये अल्लाह की तरफ से आपको ये जिस्म मिला है. अब आपने उस जिस्म का किस तरह ख्याल करना है, आपने अपनी बॉडी के साथ choose करना है. You have to make peace with your body. It's not going to go anywhere. You will not get someone else's body. You cannot be like someone else. So you just have to either surround yourself with also people who make you feel better about yourself, people who don't bring you down, people who don't make you feel like you're not good enough. Do not be around those people, and do not be on social media for long amounts of time. Do not scroll aimlessly and go stalk people's profiles to see how they're looking all the time, because you're gonna feel bad about yourself, and everything is overestimated on social media, So I just feel that it's more of us need to come out. Like, there's somebody I follow, Jamila Jamil. She's an influencer. Man, the work she does on body image. And if you guys don't follow her, follow Jamila Jamil. She's amazing. और वो actually एक पाकिस्तानी है और एक मुसलमान है, और वो बाहर रहती हैं, और उनकी फैमिली यहीं से है, कराची से ताल्लुक है उनकी फैमिली का, और पाकिस्तानी थी, आई थिंक, अब तो अभी भी है, I don't know, she lives in New York, I think. And I love reading her posts and listening to her talk, because she talks a lot about body image. She's doing a lot of work on that. So I really want to, talk a lot about that in the coming years. I want to do research. I want to read about how to tackle, like feelings of insecurity and low self-esteem. And I want to help others to also counteract those, I hope I can do that.
I think you should start your own workshop, like a conversation with Ayshea. No, I'm serious, because you speak so eloquently, and the way that you thoughts. I mean, I seriously think that we need somebody like you to do that.
That's really kind of you. But I try to talk to people who are trying to take care of themselves in every way, and who are trying to evolve. who are work in progress, and I try and absorb what they're saying. और ये आपके ऊपर है. अब जितने लोग अभी हमें सुन रहे हैं, जो लोग यहाँ पे मैसेजेस भी कर रहे हैं, कुछ बहुत लविंग मैसेजेस भेज रहे हैं, कुछ ऑड कमेंट्स भी कर रहे हैं, कुछ फजूल के कमेंट्स भी करते हैं, कुछ अच्छे भी करते हैं. अगर वो गौर से किसी चीज को देखें फॉर व्हाट इट इज या सुने और उससे वो निकालने की कोशिश करें, that's going to help them. Then it's their benefit or their gain. If not, then it's their loss, right? So I try and see what I can learn from everybody in some way. I don't try and focus on their flaws. I try and focus on on parts of people who sometimes you also have to notice, Hira, कि कभी कभार हमें jealousy को भी explore करना चाहिए.
Oh,
If
yes.
you are, if you're jealous of someone, you have to understand कि क्या है इस इंसान में कि आप इससे jealous हैं.
एहसास कमतरी क्यों हो रही है आपको?
क्यों हो रही है? What is in this person that you're jealous of? And if you're jealous of something, and that probably means that you want to be like that in some way, or you want what that person has. So try and pick up on, like things that people you either look up to or you're envious of. What is it? And I'm not talking about material success there, I'm not talking about कि वो किस तरह के कपड़े, चलो कपड़े भी पहनी हुई है, आप उसको भी अगर देख लें, okay, this person dresses this way and I am envious of this and I want to be like that. So then, we try and sort of pick up things, styling things from people and try to incorporate in our lifestyle. So सिर्फ एक्सटर्नल चीजों के अलावा अंदर की चीजों को भी लोगों की नोटिस करना चाहिए कि क्या क्या है लोगों में, दूसरे लोगों में जो आपको अच्छा लग रहा है या आप उससे एनवियस हो रहे हैं, एंड या आपको कुछ बुरा भी लग रहा है. क्यों बुरा लग रहा है आपको? इफ यू कैन टॉलरेट समथिंग, तो तो ये सबको अपनी फीलिंग्स को आपको एक्सप्लोर करना चाहिए. एंड यू शुड pick up on and try and learn from everything around you, I feel. Even if it's someone going through a bad time, then use that as a lesson. Yeah.
Please said, Ayshea. And you know what? मैं हमेशा सोचती हूँ कि ये 1 घंटा कहाँ चला जाता है. So we've got 15 more minutes till an hour. So I actually want to touch base on something that's very important to me as well, because मैंने अपने घर में भी, I kind of took over and I renovated the whole house, porch से लेके a little mini library, because I feel like creating a space within your home, a beautiful space, is an essential part of self-care. So tell us about that. Why is it important?
Oh man, that is, it's so interesting, Hira, that you asked me this question. Because that is something that I learned in the last 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the importance of creating a space around you. So, I grew up in very tough circumstances, or, my mother was always trying to make ends meet, or we didn't have a big, beautiful house, and we didn't have a garden. We lived in a small house, rented house. And we had, just bare, simple furniture, just a very simple home, very basic. And I always wanted to, उसमें भी मैं हर वक्त कोशिश करती थी कि मैं ब्यूटिफाई करती रहूं, कोई ना कोई चीज को, खुद कोई क्राफ्टी चीज बना लूं, like hand paint stuff, because I was an art student also, so I would be making things. And so जरूरी नहीं है कि आप अमीर हो to beautify your surroundings. You just need to think out of the box. You just need to be creative. And at that time we had no access to the internet. We didn't get inspiration. अब तो भाई आप सब कुछ, you get everything. You get ideas from all sorts of sites. Pinterest and Instagram, and so much to see. So when I moved into my own apartment, when I moved to Karachi, I was sharing an apartment with flatmates. And for about 14 years, I lived with flatmates. Okay? Yeah, with 2 other girls, much older than me. And they were like my sisters. and I'm going to have some water because I'm really thirsty.
It's okay. Staying hydrated is so important, especially I think Karachi में इस वक्त तो बहुत गर्मी हो रही होगी in comparison to Toronto, because यहाँ पे ठीक है गर्मी होती है, but still शाम में ठंडी हवा चल जाती है and it's still a little cooler towards night. But Karachi का खैर, I haven't been to Karachi in 13 years, so I have to visit soon. I have this dream of exploring all over Karachi and seeing all the different changes.
Well, you're not going to be able to visit it soon anyways.
Yeah, I know. I think वो ख्वाब
I
को थोड़ा
mean,
shelf कर देना चाहिए.
so I moved into my own little apartment, and I still love my ex-flatmates. They're like my sisters. They live right next door to me, in an apartment next door to me. So I needed a little more space, because my brother was going to come and live with me.
All right.
And then he decided to go abroad again for his PhD. But I moved into my own place and I, started doing it up. And मैंने खुद एक चीज, एक wallpaper, little paintings, yeah, plants or furniture, एक चीज खुद pick करके लाई, लगाई. And right before the coronavirus hit Pakistan and lockdown happened, I was picking up more pieces and I've got these gorgeous big plants, like one of them is behind me.
Yes.
And, and I put them in and भाई फिर lockdown हो गई, ठीक है? तो अब तो मैं 1.5 महीना तो मैं अपनी अपार्टमेंट से ही नहीं निकली, ठीक है जी?
Exactly.
So I was so thankful for the space that I had created around me, Hira. It just gave me so much sanity. और मुझे इतना मजा आता था अपने घर में बैठ के, अपनी सराउंडिंग्स में बैठ के, अपने कॉर्नर्स बनाए हुए, कभी किसी कॉर्नर में चले गए, कभी कहीं चले गए. So that was my sanity, and it's so important to surround yourself with a pleasing environment, whatever you feel, and put plants around you, put colors around you. It's so important, it just totally changes your mood, your state, everything.
I completely agree with you. I mean, just imagine my family and I, we painted our porch pink. And at first we were skeptical.
Wow.
I'll send you a picture of it. I'm sure
Yes.
you'll like it.
Oh my God, pink. Like wow.
Yes.
Nice.
So, I mean, it's so important to do that, to create a safe space for yourself, especially given the circumstances these days. And we've literally just got 10 minutes, so I'm going to hop on to our Pearls of Wisdom ka segment. So usually what I do is on the weekend, I have a Guru Hira session as a life coach, and I let people ask me questions. But then I was like that Dil Ki Baat Hira ke saath ek aisa, show ho gaya hai ki everybody's coming onto it and everybody's agreeing to be completely their unfiltered self. So let's have their fans ask them for advice. So I actually have a friend of mine. Her name is Aksa Adil. Phenomenal girl, very empowered individual. She's a lawyer. And she had a question for you that, you've gone through so much in life. How did you channel positive energy during negative phases?
Well, I won't lie. There are still times when I feel negative myself. There are days when I don't want to do anything. I go through those days too. There are very dark phases. In the last 2 years, I have been through in the last 3 years, I've been through some of the darkest times of my life.
Right.
Okay, and I went through a lot of depression too. Okay. And there were times when I was so depressed that I would not be motivated to do anything. There were times when I just didn't want to go on. I won't lie. There were times when I was like, "Bhai, I can't deal with life. I can't do this." And there were times when I was in a lot of physical pain because, I went through 2 very big accidents in my life.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, one was life-threatening, and I got myself out of it. There was no one to really help me. So मैंने self-reliance बहुत सीखी. So even in my depression or my dark phases, when I felt extremely sort of just not inspired or very depressed, or I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get out of bed sometimes. I didn't want to meet anyone. I didn't want to work. I would work on myself by, I would try and read articles. I would try and talk to friends who were positive and uplifting. I would try to read books about it. I would try and eat foods that are supposed to elevate your mood. And by that, I do not mean comfort food at all. Comfort food is a farce. I mean, it'll elevate your mood for a little while,
Yeah, but the
because
consequences are not all that.
it's going to give you comfort when you're feeling like out of it. But in the long run, it's probably not going to benefit you too much. So for me, comfort food by foods that elevate your moods would be like, things high in, things that have naturally occurring like qualities to enhance your serotonin levels, or things which have tryptophan in it, things which have B complex in it. These are all mood balancers. So I would try and incorporate vitamins in my diet or food, and I swear it makes a difference. I'm not saying that it sort of will cure anything, but choti choti cheezein aap karenge,
Yeah.
you get help. I went for therapy for a few sessions,
Okay.
and I spoke to people who guided me. I was speaking to someone who's a very spiritual person.
All
वो
right.
एक और, yeah, so there's a lady who guided the spiritual side of me. So a lot of you have to take active steps to do that, to work on yourself. और मैं करती हूँ. And I also try and surround myself with people who are positive and uplifting and compassionate and kind. और मुझे अब ज्यादातर नेगेटिव एनर्जी लोगों की, जो बुराइयां कर रहे होते हैं लोगों की, जो
हाँ,
लोगों को
correct.
मुझे नहीं उन लोगों के साथ बैठना जो हर वक्त बुराई कर रहे होते हैं लोगों की. Like somebody's asking if anyone has cancer, then good food will work. Well, we're not doctors, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not at liberty to answer this question at all. I have no idea. But I do know that people who do suffer from cancer, and I know some people who switched to completely alternative lifestyles. There are two people who I know in my life, जिन्होंने, who admitted themselves into wellness clinics, जहाँ पे उन्होंने 6 weeks या 8 weeks एक certain किस्म की डाइट फॉलो करनी शुरू की. एंड गुड फूड तो एक रिलेटिव टर्म है. उन्होंने बिल्कुल रॉ फूड डाइट और बड़ा कुछ शुरू किया, एंड दे वर एबल टू रिवर्स a
Wow.
lot of the
Yeah.
cancer. And I also know that अपनी body को अगर आप alkaline करेंगे, तो your body is less susceptible to diseases, because acidic body में ज्यादा diseases और illnesses thrive करती हैं. तो आप कोशिश करें कि अपनी बॉडी को 70% alkaline रखने की कोशिश करें. But this is a completely different debate altogether. We
This
were
is
talking about
something
negativity.
definitely,
Yeah.
but thank you so much, Aisha. I know कि ना कि सिर्फ अक्सा, but everybody else who has listened to not just this little segment, मगर पूरा ही जो आपका इंटरव्यू ये हुआ है, it is such a wellness interview. I can title it that.
I love you too, guys. Truly, it really depends. Cancer is a monster. Sometimes nothing works. Yes. Who said that? Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Who said that? Who is this girl who said truly? Omer. Yeah. Yes, cancer is a monster. Sometimes your body is capable of fighting it. Sometimes आप एक last stage पे पता भी नहीं चलता, लोगों को symptoms भी नहीं होते, और वो last stage पे पहुंच जाते हैं. Then it's too late to reverse anything. Then people want all kinds of measures. They'll go for radiation, chemotherapy, all of that. कि कोई भी desperate measure हो जिससे इंसान की जान बच जाए, या आपके loved one की. So it's relative. It totally depends. So all that I've said in my interview with Hira today about working on yourself or physical health or mental health or everything that I've said. What I mean to say is that we are not experts.
बिल्कुल.
I am someone who's learning every day. I'm trying to read and broaden my horizon. I'm trying to gather knowledge. I'm trying to equip myself with information to treat myself better. तो जितना कुछ हम कर सकते हैं अपने लिए और इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं किसी भी तरीके से हमें करना चाहिए. And we should definitely work on our health, mentally, physically, in every way to live a holistically well life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ayshea, for your wise words. And I will definitely have to attack you थोड़े से अरसे के बाद because I feel like इतनी सारी चीजें that I need to talk about. But just before Instagram cuts me off, I will sign off. Thank you so much for coming on to the show, for being your real self and doing lots of दिल की बातें. जितने भी
Thank
हमारे
you.
If you have just joined, you can get Aisha's interview on my IGTV. So feel free to guys hop onto that. And inshallah, till next time, this is Hyder signing off from Toronto.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. We couldn't answer many of your questions. I wish I could speak to a lot of you. इतने मजे की questions हैं कुछ मैंने अभी देखे. Self-love is vital. Somebody's talking about career choices. कि क्या career choose करना चाहिए. Okay, in the next interview, maybe Hira and I will talk again.
Definitely, Aisha. We
You
have
know, yeah, maybe when I do up my new space, we can sit there and talk.
for sure. I'm your girl.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Okay, great talking to you. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.